The next group of fish families we are going to look into are the elongate sand dwellers. The first family is the Pinguipedidae, or sand perches. These are recognizable by their small mouths and long dorsal fins. The second family we will go over is the Cynodontidae, or lizardfish. These are characterized by their large tooth-filled mouths and short dorsal fins. Pinguipedidae, or sand perches, are recognizable by how they stand on their vertical pelvic fins, loosely referred to as fin feet. They also have a small mouth and continuous dorsal fin. On average, species in the Pinguipedidae family reach 15 centimeters in length and can be found on sandy or rubble patches. They feed on invertebrates found in the sand and are seen in small groups or pairs. Their coloring has an emphasis on camouflage, so as not to be seen as prey by potential predators. The first species in the Pinguipedidae family we will look at is Paraperses hexophthalma. These have multiple black and brown markings over a silver body and a large black spot on the tail fin. The next species is Paraperses maculata. These look similar to Paraperses hexophthalma, however notice the dark vertical bars over a silver body. The last species in the Pinguipedidae family is Paraperses shahnslandi. These have distinctive red vertical bars over a silver body and have a slightly yellow head. These are commonly called the red-spotted perch because of these markings. The next family we will go into is the Cynodontidae, or lizardfish. These are recognizable by their large teeth-filled mouths and short dorsal fins. With a maximum size of 15 centimeters, Cynodontidae species can be found on sand and rubble, or hunting on large table corals. Their main diet is other small fish which swim in the water column. They can usually be found as solitary hunters or in pairs, and their coloring has a focus on camouflage so as to aid in their ambush hunting. The first species of the Cynodontidae family is Saurida gracilis, or the graceful lizardfish. These have a very patterned body for camouflage and clear fins like many of the Cynodontidae family. These also have dark vertical bands on the body and dark bands in the dorsal and caudal tail. Cynodus dermatogenus is the next species we will look at in the Cynodontidae family. These have a similar marking to the species before, but notice the silver line running down the length of the body, which breaks up the vertical dark bands. Next we have Cynodus yaculum, which is recognizable by the dark spot at the base of the tail. And the last species we are reviewing is Cynodus variegatus, which has a very patterned body and has alternating dark and white bands in the dorsal and tail fin. Notice the dark vertical bands along the top of the body and the horizontal line of red spots to differentiate the species. We have a small overview to test your knowledge of the last two families we have gone over. Which fish belong to the Pinguipedidae, or sand perches, and which belongs to the Cynodontidae, or lizardfish. Pause the video to see how you do. Are you ready? Here are a few tips for getting these correct. Remember that Pinguipedidae, or sand perches, are species which have a small mouth and continuous dorsal fin. Cynodontidae, on the other hand, have a large mouth for ambush feeding and have two dorsal fins. Thanks for watching. Check out the next video to continue your fish identification.